A little yellow bird lived in a barnyard. She spent all of her time flying and walking in the barnyard and scratching everywhere for the worms. She loved to eat worms. She felt that these were also necessary to the health of her kid, so she also fed those worms to her kid. On the other hand, there lived a blue, lazy cat. She usually napped lazily in the barn, not even bothering herself to scare a tiny little rat who ran here and there as he pleased. As for the pig who lived in the barn, he did not care as long as he could eat and grow fat. One day, the little yellow bird found a seed. It was a wheat seed. But the little yellow bird was so accustomed to bugs and worms that she assumed that this is some kind of very delicious meat. She bit it gently and found that it resembled a worm in no way. Carrying it about, she made many inquiries that what it might be. She found that it was a wheat seed and that if planted it would grow up, and when ripe it could be made into flour and then into bread. This sounded amazing. When she discovered that, she knew it ought to be planted. She was so busy hunting food for herself and her family, so she thought of pig, cat, and a fat rat that they might have time to plant it. So she called out loudly, "Who will plant the seed?" The pig said, "Not I." The cat said, "Not I." And the rat also said, "Not I." "Well, then," said the little yellow bird, "I will." And she did. Then she went on with her daily duties during the long summer days, scratching for worms and feeding her kid. While the pig grew fat, the rat grew fat, and the cat also grew fat, and the wheat grew tall and ready for harvest. So one day the little yellow bird ran about calling briskly, "Who will cut the wheat, since the grain was ripe?" The cat answered, "Not I." The rat also said, "Not I." And the pig lazily replied, "Not I." "Well, then," said the little yellow bird, "I will." And she did. She got the sickle from amongst the farmer's tool in the barn and proceeded to cut off the big plant of wheat. Then on the ground lay the nicely cut wheat ready to be gathered and threshed. She was such a busy bird. So she asked loudly, hoping for some help, "Who will thresh the wheat?" The pig said, "Not I." The rat said, "Not I." And the fat cat also said, "Not I." "Then I will," said the little yellow bird sadly. And she did. She also gave a little worm to her kid to eat, as the poor kid was being neglected so much while she was busy with the wheat plant. Again, Hoping for some help, she called out, "Who will carry the wheat to the mill to be ground?" Turning their backs, the cat said, "Not I." The pig said, "Not I." And the rat also said, "Not I." "Then I will," said the little yellow bird, determined. Carrying the sack of wheat, she trudged off to the distant mill. She even managed, in spite of her load, to catch a nice juicy worm and had one left for the baby and gave him when she met him. For the first time, the baby really appreciated his mother. Now it was the time that wheat must somehow be made into bread. But the bird didn't know how to make bread. So she asked pig, cat, and rat if they can help her to make bread. The rat said, "I will not help." The pig said, "No, I'm sorry, I cannot help you." And the lazy cat also said, "No, I can't help you." Little yellow bird once more said, "I will." And she did. Feeling that she might have known that she would have to do it all herself, she went and put on a fresh apron and spotless cook's cap. Then she made bread by following some recipe. When the bread was ready, she asked loudly, "Who will eat the bread?" The rat said, "I will." The pig also said, "I will." And the lazy blue cat also said, "I will really like to eat bread." But the little yellow bird said, "No, this time only I will eat bread." And she did. She enjoyed the yummy and soft, delicious bread with her kid and thanked God.